When I was 11, my stepbrother was almost 13, and we'd just started living together after our parents got married. We shared a bedroom, and things were mostly fine at first. It started the way a lot of things do between boys that age, wrestling around. One night he got aroused and just stopped and went to bed. Neither of us said a word about it. It happened a couple more times, but on the fourth time, he held me down and humped my leg until he finished. I fought back a little, but he was bigger, and eventually I just let it happen. Over time that progressed to oral, and eventually a now. Pretty early on, his mom caught us. The first couple of times she didn't say anything, but the third time she pulled me aside and had the most uncomfortable conversation I'd ever had up to that point in my life. She asked me if I was okay with what was happening. Why? I told her I was. She said she didn't think she'd tell my dad, but warned us to be more careful and said if things ever got out of hand, she'd have to say something. I was 12 at that point. Looking back, something quietly shifted in how she treated me after that conversation. Well, she started buying me tighter clothes, brighter colors, and spoke to me in a way that was more typically directed toward a girl. I didn't notice it at the time, but years later, it became very clear her guidance was geared toward raising a daughter, not a son. Their marriage lasted about 5 years. When it ended, they moved out of state. I only spoke to my stepbrother once briefly, about 10 years later. We were both married to women and had kids by then. I kept in touch with his mom regularly until she passed away about 15 years ago. For a long time, I didn't think any of this had much of an effect on me. But about 10 years ago, with my kids grown and my marriage over, I found myself longing for the kind of connection I'd had back then. I'm now a gay man, and I've spent a lot of time thinking about how that chapter of my life shaped who I became. My dad never found out, as far as I know. I don't think it would have changed how he felt about me, but I do think it would have hurt him to know he was kept in the dark. Do you think what happened to me was something that should have been handled differently by the adults around me?